Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video is going to show you how to convert the Britax Evolva Group 123 car seat from Group 1 mode, so using the harness, into high back booster mode where you use the seat belt to strap your child in. So to get started, what you need to do is lengthen off your harness, so pressing that button down here and you're going to pull underneath your harness pads. Okay, pull those nice and loose and then turn your seat around. Now, to get this harness out of the seat properly and to use it as a high back booster, the next thing you need to do is actually lift the straps into the highest position. So pull this lever out and lift the seat right the way up, okay? So it's on the very highest harness position. The next thing you need to do is actually take your straps off this metal yoke. As you can see, we don't have much room here. So pressing that same button that you pressed to lengthen your harness, press that and pull that metal yoke, okay? And what that's going to do is actually give you a bit of room to work with, okay? And then what you need to do here, if you can see, is just take these straps off this metal yoke, okay? And they are a bit fiddly, so just pause the video if you need a little bit more time. Or pause the video and go and get a cup of tea if I'm taking forever. Right, there we go. Okay, so these are our harness straps themselves, okay? So we've taken those off. The next thing we need to do is these bits on here, we need to take these off, and these are attached to the actual harness pads on the front, and they just slide off, okay? Nice and easily. Okay, so we've done that bit. I'm going to turn the seat back round to show you this bit, but you don't have to do that. Next thing you need to do is get your harness pads, give them a pull, okay? And that harness will come out. Just back at the back of the seat, one more thing to do is this yoke here, down here, there's a very clever little holder for it. So if you drop this down the seat, you can grab the bottom of the silver there, okay? And what you're doing is it goes in here, okay? It does take a little bit of convincing, shall we say. Okay, so there we go, that's in there, and we don't need to worry about that now. Now, with your harness pads, let's come round to the front again. If you unbuckle, okay, and we can actually pretty much forget about our straps for now. What I would say, and hopefully you haven't already done it, is don't take your pads off your straps, okay? So do leave these pads on your straps if you can. Turn your seat upside down. We're going to take the buckle out next, okay? There is a method to this madness. It might not seem the most easiest way to do it, but I promise it's the quickest. You've got, so just get my hand out of the way. You see here, you've got this metal bracket, and you need to take it off this silver strap first, okay? So you'll see it's got a break in the yoke. Take that off, and then the next thing you're doing is you're just pushing it back on itself and through the seat shell. So if I lift that up now, you can see somewhat that that's poking through, and I lift that straighter, okay? The reason I've said to do this before you do anything with your harness is that if you now pull this out, you will see in here at the bottom, you've got this space here. This is also part of the reason why you need your headrest up when you're doing this, is so you can actually pop your buckle up there, and it's purely there just so you don't lose it. Pop that in there, okay, and that's done then, we don't need to worry about it. Pop your cover back in place using those poppers, okay, and now we can start looking at what to do with our harness. So again, like I said, trying to make sure that your harness doesn't go AWOL, is poke it through. You know where you would have put the seat belt? Poke it through there. So both sides of the harness, one on each side. And then what we're going to do is turn our seat back around. Okay, and taking your harness now, okay, you're going to start rolling it into itself, okay? So you're literally just going to fold it in on itself so it's rolled up nice and neat. And then you may have always wondered what on earth these little elastics were for, and it's for this reason. So you want to like basically wrap it round, and they will then sit nice and neat in the holes where your seatbelt would have gone. Okay, so doing that on the other side as well. Okay, that's that bit done. Now if you want, you can give that bit a pull and tuck it under the fabric if you want to, it doesn't really matter too much. Your seat is now a high back booster, so legally you can use this seat from 15 kilos in high back booster mode. What I would say though is that the harness in this seat does go to 18 kilograms. So if your child is under 18 kilos and they still fit in the harness by height, I'd keep them in the harness because it will provide better performance. But once they've outgrown it either by height or 18 kilos, then they do need to come out of the harness, but they must be a minimum of 15 kilo to use it as a high back booster. But this is now in high back booster mode. And then as your child grows, you want to be lifting this headrest up. So as your child is sat in the seat, make sure the head is within the head support. And you need to be putting your seatbelt through. There's a red guide here. Okay, so your seatbelt comes through and across. A good way to check your headrest position is when your child's sat in the seat is get 2 fingers, pop it on the bottom of the red guide and lower it down to their shoulder, and that will pretty much always give you the perfect headrest height. If you do need to increase your headrest, turn your seat around. This grey handle here, squeeze that lift up, okay, and this will change the height of your headrest. Okay, so I hope you found that helpful. That is how you convert the Britax Evolva car seats into a high back booster. And please hit subscribe, there'll be more interesting videos coming up. And I hope to see you back soon. Thanks very much.